To keep your deck code compliant after it's built, you need to inspect it once a year. You need to go around to make sure the house envelope is staying protected. You don't have any water entrapment. So if say the ledger board has been spaced off the house to serve as a water channel, that's code compliant. But it's not going to be code compliant if leaves and debris have gotten stuck back in there and clogged it up. You need to go around and check your guardrails, make sure they're they're staying connected as well as they did when they were built. You need to make sure that your stairs aren't getting wobbly, that your piers aren't shifting. We've even built decks that have code compliant piers, but the house itself has had some foundational issues, and so those piers have shifted and become compromised. So you really need to go through the whole deck and make sure the fasteners for the decking are staying down, they're not withdrawing, so you don't have a trip hazard there. But yeah, I mean, just to look at the whole deck as if it was, you'd never seen it before, like it was a new structure, and go through every aspect of it, but at least once a year. There's always the chance that code changes can happen. International residential codes are changed and adopted every 3 years. So 2018, 2021, 2024, the next edition will come out in 2027. There's no way to know whether that council is going to change something drastic, say change a 36-inch guardrail requirement up to 38 inches. They could do that. That's at their discretion. So the best way to do that is on those years, so 2027 and 2030, every 3 years, you're going to check the ICC guidelines, that their codes for residential decks, and see if there's been any major changes. There haven't been any major changes for the past few versions. I mean, there's been some minor ones. Sometimes gates can no longer swing out over stairs. They have to swing in stairs. Sometimes they can't even be at the top of stairs. What's a little ambiguous about it is, even though the IRC issues a code version every 3 years, each municipality and each jurisdiction gets to adopt whatever version they want. So there can still be some cities in this area that are back on the 2012 version. Most of them in Johnson County are in the 2018 version, even though we've now seen 2 versions come before that. The reason they're on the 2018 is because they haven't seen any major changes in 2021 and 2024 for decks. There's always a chance of that happening. I would say the best way to do that is to just check with your local municipality and see what version they're on. If your deck was code compliant for the 2018 code, and in 2027, if they're still on the 2018 code, you should be good.